This is the 40K to 400K formula workshop. We run these every week here inside the Shopify Australia Facebook group, and they stream live out to YouTube as well. This is where we give e-commerce owners the fast path plan to consistent Shopify orders. As I said in the lead up here, we'd like you to lock in. So I'd like you to be here for about an hour. So we'd like you to engage. We'd like you to be seen. If you are on here, we like to see your lovely faces rather than talking into a black box. So if you do have a camera, you're not at work, you didn't just get out the shower, we'd love to see your faces. And this will be an interactive session. The chat will be on fire. So please feel free to chat and answer in the chat as we go through today's session. Big outcomes for today. Our goal is to show you how to convert more browsers into buyers. We're going to take you through our more orders model, which will show you the 3 big levers you need to pull in your business to make that happen. We'll show you why most sites don't convert. We'll show you how to nail paid ads, how that relates to conversion, and we'll give you a pathway to profit. We'll take you through our pathway plan. We'll do this live for 1 or 2 people on the call and show you how the few things that you need to do over the next few months to actually move your business forward out of all the possible things you possibly could do. A lot of people come to these calls thinking, will this work for me? Will this work for my niche? Will this work at my size? Will this work now? The short answer is yes. Everything we teach on these calls, we train every single day inside the e-commerce circle. All of our coaches are in the trenches every day running accounts for e-commerce businesses. Paul's been in the industry since he was a baby. We live and breathe this stuff. So everything we teach is applicable to every niche. We teach principles. So no matter what size you're at, no matter what niche you're in, these tactics will work for you today. This is for Shopify store owners, ideally, who are passionate, right? You love your product. You've got something that you think can change the world in even the smallest way. It's going to make somebody's life better. You want to have an impact on the world, but you're just not sure what that next step is. You're probably overwhelmed. You're probably what we call info beasts, right? You've watched all the YouTube channels, you've joined all the programs, you've done all the stuff, and you're just more confused and overwhelmed because you've got so many different opinions in your brain. You just can't decide what to do next. We'll help you get unoverwhelmed here on this call. And you want to make money. You're obviously a business owner. You're in business to make money, not just pay the ATO. So we're here to help you get those steps to profitability. Why should you listen to this bloke? Do you want me to just power through this, Paul, or do you want to jump in here and give a bit of a...
Go. Mate, you're on fire. Go for it.
Chris said go fast, so I'm going fast today.
Go fast.
This is the fast. So Paul started his e-commerce business, Warcom, back in 1997, I think, when he was about 17 years old. Out of his parents' garage, he sold about $40 million worth of products in that business and eventually sold it to an ASX-listed company in 2014. Long story short, if it happens in e-com, Paul's been through it. He also runs the Insightful Agency. We build about 100 Shopify sites a year over there. So that's why we know about conversion, because again, we do this every single day. We're in the trenches. So Paul's had about 25 years in e-com. I've had 20 plus years in marketing and advertising. All of our team and coaches, as I said, have multiple years, 5, 10, 15 years experience doing this stuff for e-commerce businesses, working in the trenches. So when we say things, we base them on principles that we know works. As I said, if it's happened in e-com, Paul's probably dealt with it, whether that's hiring and firing, whether that's operations and logistics, whether that's 3PL, whether that's packaging, whether that's product development, marketing, all of the things that you guys are going to need to do to move your business forward. We've been there, we've experienced, we've made the mistakes so that you don't have to. And as we say here on these calls, the funny thing is that everything that worked over the last 25 years, when you know the principles of things, principles don't change. And the things that we teach are principle-based and they apply as equally today as they ever did. We're teaching you strategies. Obviously, strategies evolve and tactics evolve with the times. So these are principles that are relevant to businesses operating today in 2025 and beyond. Couple of case studies. This is one of our wonderful couples here in the e-commerce circle, Chris and Sarah. Great story. They came to us running they had both an e-com store and they had an in-store experience, and they had that classic problem where their in-store experience was absolutely amazing and people loved them, and they couldn't quite replicate that experience on the website. We hear this all the time, people that have a bricks and mortar business and they want to take that experience and get it onto the internet, get their Shopify stores capturing that essence. So we revisited their brand, we revisited their marketing, we tightened some nuts and bolts in the back of their business, and their e-com sales took off. They, I think it was last year, they not only grew the business to well over $1 million, they were about 30, 40K a month when they joined us, and they started hitting consistent 200, 250K months after that first year. They also managed to have their first Christmas where they could take a holiday and spend it with their daughter, right? So that was one of the biggest outcomes for them, not just that they their store improved, that they were making more money, but they also had that time to spend with what mattered to them, which was spending time away from the business with their daughter over the Christmas period. And that's a big part of what we aim to do here at the Ecom Circle. We don't just want you to make more money, we want you to make more money in a way that supports the rest of your life. We do have an unhidden agenda here on this call. It's probably one of the things that you're thinking, right? We are looking for our next client success stories. We like to make people successful. We like to have amazing testimonials from people saying how we've helped them and how their lives have changed and how their business has changed. As you said, we're very teach and do guys. We teach principles. We teach what we know works. We teach what our coaches coach and train and do every single day in the trenches. Our mission here is to help e-commerce people, e-commerce founders build their businesses. So our big promise for this workshop is that you will get incredible value. It'll be very tactical. We'll show you exactly the next steps that you need to take. And so even if you never work with us, you'll get really good takeaways. You'll have some practical steps you can take. You'll sort of see how we put a strategy together for a couple of businesses here, and that will apply in some way to your business. So you'll have a tactical takeaway, whether you ever work with us again or not. But obviously, we're time constrained. We like to keep these things to about 45 minutes to an hour. So we obviously can't go one-to-one and work on every single business on the call as much as we would love to. So at the end of this call, we will have an offer of a way for you to work with us, get some of that personal assistance, get these strategies and tactics and principles for your business. So if you are interested in getting some more assistance, some more personalized help, and you'd like to work with us on the back of this call, would it be okay with you if we share that offer with you a bit later on? If you're happy for that to happen, please drop a Y or a thumbs up or a hell yeah in the chat, and we'll, I mean, obviously we're not here to hard sell you, but if you're open to working with us, just know that we will be dropping an offer later in the call. Fantastic mustache. That's what I'd like to hear. So I'll slow down for a minute here. We'd also like to know, where is everyone at in your journey? Most people that we meet on these calls are somewhere between, startup, set up, grow up, scale up. So if you'd like to drop in the chat where you're at, if startup is you're just getting started, you're making your first few sales, you're sort of at that 0 to 10K a month mark. Set up, grow up, 25, 50K. Scale up, you're kind of crushing that 50K to 200K. And if you're 200K plus a month, you could probably run the next call. So let us know where you're at in the group, and then we can tailor how we speak to you as well once we get into this a bit deeper. Okay, a couple of, we've got a scale up there. Well, that's Paul. We've got a grow up. Fantastic. Okay, good. A few people at different levels. Another wonderful case study, the wonderful Landon and Narelle. These guys live in a bus, which I always circle around up in the top corner. They literally live off grid and they sell off grid products. So they are literally the product that they sell. They came to us in a bit of a pickle. The sites weren't where they wanted to, so sales weren't where they wanted to be. Life was pretty tough. Again, they were sort of floating around that 20, 30, 40K month mark. Similar process. We redid their brand. We got really focused on who they were, who their customer was, what they needed to say to get those people to buy more from them. We got their marketing focused on the products that were more profitable, that sold more. We structured the business to work better with their remote lifestyle. Like they literally said, they live on a bus, they travel around, they rarely see their products, so they run a type of drop shipping model that works very, very well. And we rebuilt their website. So very, very basic changes, but they doubled their revenue over about a 6-month to 12-month period. Again, they were 30, 40K a month. They're now doing consistent 150, 200K months. And I think they did about 250K during Black Friday last year. So again, small tweaks, minor changes, but tweaks on the right levers in the right places do make a big change to businesses. And that's what we're going to take you through tonight. So we talk about these results and they sound maybe a bit wild, 20, 30K to 250K in sort of 6 to 12 months. Now, this is not luck. It's not actually magic. Maybe it's a bit of magic.
Bit of magic.
Bit of magic. But it is a system, right? It's systematic. And that's why we can do this over and over and over again, because it's principle based. It's systematic. We do the same things all the time and they work. So we like to pause here. And as you can see, this is our more orders model. And these three things that you see, question marks here, these three sides of this triangle are the three biggest problems, the three things that are missing from 99.7% of every e-com business that we meet. Would you like to guess what those three things are? And if you've been on these calls before, you already know the answers. We'll leave it to some of the other new attendees. What do you think these are? What could these three big things that most businesses have broken or not quite right or could be improved to see these sorts of results?
Yeah,
No
if
wrong guesses,
if
no
you
right
already
guesses.
know the answer though, don't guess. Leave it up to the new crew. Whoever gets the first one right gets one of the
Not
prizes.
showing.
Okay, Therese.
No, go.
Yeah, so not saying how your product can be useful or why your customer, why they need your product, what they can do with it.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Pretty
I'll
close.
give you a 4 out of 5 stars for that. It's very intuitive.
That's good.
Like
Next.
that answer.
Who's next?
It's a good amount of stars for an answer, I think. 4 out of 5.
It is. Chris doesn't give away 4 stars often.
I
don't know what
rarely get
constitutes
4
the 4,
stars
but-
for anything.
It's pretty solid. You're pretty close there.
All right.
Christine's
Who's
answer
next
was
here?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you reckon, Mick? Mick's probably in a tunnel on the train somewhere.
Mhm.
The when, the why, when, and how.
Different approach.
Probably not. What do you reckon,
That
Doris?
comes into like one of the things.
Sorry to put you on the spot there, but that's how we like to play here. Any ideas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to share them with us?
Do you want to share? Yeah, just share one with us.
I think it's something simple like meta descriptions.
Oh, okay. It's gone very
It's helpful.
very narrow with it.
Very granular.
A bit more broad. We're thinking a bit more broad here, Doris.
Lead pages.
Oh, we're getting super technical with Doris. we'll probably pare it back a bit.
Right, we
who
put
else
everyone
we got?
out of their misery.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Story, strategy, right? The store is all about having a high converting website. Nobody picked that, but that's a massive one that most people get wrong, right? If the store's not ready to convert, it doesn't matter how much traffic you send to it, you're never going to convert as many people to buy as you possibly could. Story, this is where Therese got 4 out of 5 stars. I like the way she described it. This is all about connecting emotionally with your customer, having a compelling brand message that tells people, hey, you're not just at another website. This is made for you. This is the product for you, right? You're in the right place. You're about to solve a big problem, and getting that message across very, very clearly is the story component that lets you connect with your audience in a better way. And then actually it weren't too far off, Mick. No, was it Mick with who said the Fiona, the why, when, and how? That's pretty much the strategy, right? That's the step by step. What's the next best thing that you can do? This goes to digital marketing strategy, your finance strategy, your operational strategy, your content strategy. So fine-tuning that overall business model so you know the next best thing to do in the right order to do them. And that gives you control over your business. So what we might do now is we're going to pick a couple people. Has everyone dropped their URLs in the chat? If not, drop your URLs and Paul and Chris are going to pick someone to jump on, and we're going to go through and audit your site based on these three things. We're going to look at your store and story. We're going to have maybe a bit of a look, a bit more granular, and we're going to map it out in what we call our fast path plan. We'll show you based on where you're at right now, what we can see is happening in your business from what we can see visually on the website and your messaging, what you need to fix now, what you need to build, the stuff that you can continue doing that's working, and any big moves that you need to make. So I'm going to stop sharing here for a second and hand over to Paul and his wonderful tablet.
All
You can
right,
jump
I'm just
in.
joining. So let's have a look.
Oh, Therese got a she got in first by the looks of it. Camp. Okay, we like camping stuff. We're good at camping now.
Let's have a look. We'll bring it up. So
Mm.
cool. Can you give us the background on the brand, Therese? Oh, it's first time here. We'll be gentle, sort of.
Okay, good.
I can't
Rory,
promise it.
Rory
It
actually,
was-
yeah. I came up with these bags. We did a trip camping out to Uluru in a camper trailer years ago, and I had to use duffel bags, which I hated. So I wanted to buy a clear bag so I could pack my stuff and see it in small spaces what was in there. So I couldn't find any, and so after a couple of years, I've been working in government in Brisbane for 40 years or so. And COVID and everything hit, I designed them, and I launched at a Brisbane Caravan show 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And had them online, and we've been traveling, doing caravan camping shows, music festivals for 3 years. We pulled up stumps on that at the end of last year because we had a couple of quick trips back to Brisbane to help out daughter and granddaughter and stuff. So we just said, and I just wanted to work on the e-commerce. We're getting older. I don't want to be a traveling show. And if I ever got this business to a stage where I could sell it, I need to sell it as a business. So yeah, I've just been doing that. And this year's been absolute shit. But anyway, another story. But that's how I came up with it. Everyone who buys them loves them. And that's it.
Great
Now.
idea.
Bloody genius idea. As someone who is just about to move from
Thank you.
one house, I'm moving house now, June 30th, right? And all of my stuff is
Yeah.
in boxes. So I mean, obviously I could have used your product and I could have just been, that's
Yeah,
where
you
my
could.
spare jocks are.
I know. We could give
Instead
you
of-
such a good deal.
Yeah, like this is super clever. You got your kids in the caravan
you.
and they're like, hey, where's my bloody Toy Story 2
Yes.
toy? And they go, oh, hang on, we've got to dig through 9
Yes.
bags and we still can't find it. I mean, heaven
Family
forbid you've got
camping
like
families.
Yeah. I mean, you
Camping
don't want to have
families love them.
your old like undies that need to be replaced in one of these things. You know what I mean?
No.
But for every other purpose.
No. Yeah.
So I mean, in terms of Chris spoke about brand communication strategy, right? So I mean, it says what it is. Say goodbye to messy duffel bags. You know, it's clear camping bag. Organize your clothes, toiletries, shoes, and gear. It's very clear and very obvious what it does. You know,
And I
it's
like pack it, see it, find it. Like it's all. I love the
Yeah.
tagline. It's all very, very obvious what you're doing.
Yeah. So a
Thank
lot
you,
of
yeah.
brands really don't do this right. You know, they'd say, "Hey, we sell a plastic bag and then, you know, and put your stuff in." I'm like, okay, doesn't from a brand messaging point of view, it doesn't sound exciting. Doesn't sound like, yeah, it's solving my problem. Doesn't talk about how it's built tough. Doesn't talk about how you've got strong handles. Doesn't talk about how it's great for caravanning. So, like, fortunately for you, you've done a great example. Unfortunately for us, you know, I can't go, this is a bad example, and here's how we're going to fix it, because you're actually doing a lot right. Even as we go down further on the page. So hang on, we'll stay here for a second. So as soon as I land on your website, I mean, the thing that I would change, I can't see that text unless I scroll, right? So I would
Okay.
have that text like right here. So we'll talk about a couple of things. On a website, there's a thing called a H1 tag, and that means heading 1 tag, right? So you, by the looks of it, probably don't have one. So, how many do you have? Oh shit, you have like, where is it? Yeah, no, you don't. So H1 tag, and I'll give you a comparison. Like Chris mentioned the amazing Chris and Sarah before. You go to their website, right? You land here, and instantly you're like, okay, unleash your child's, oh, hang on, get rid of this thing. Unleash your child's imagination in the toy store where every toy tells a tale. So the reason we do this, and the reason this is a H1 tag, is because that phrase there has a lot of searches in Google, right? So a lot of people are searching for a toy store in Google every month. So their site ranks for toy store. And the second reason is you can see it straight away, right? As a parent, maybe as a grandparent for some of you ladies on the call, you're like, I want this for my grandkids. Unleash your child's imagination at this toy store, as opposed to, hey, come and buy crap at Kmart, right? So there's a big experience and you feel something when you read it. But to my point, like I can't see that when I'm on your website unless I scroll down. So you need to move that up to there, and you need to convert it into what I call a H1 tag, because if it's a H1 tag and it has something like, clear duffel bags or something inside of it, and it may have 3,000 searches a month, then you're going to rank for that keyword. So people in Google will find you, people using ChatGPT will
So the
find you.
H1 tag goes on the actual, on say that photo, that image
on the
there?
text.
Ideally,
But
Okay.
like that's a H1 tag there.
Yeah.
See how I can highlight it? And if I do
Okay.
like zero grid, Chris mentions Narelle and Landon, same thing again. So you land on here, off-grid solar systems by those who live it every day. So they're trying to rank for the term solar systems
off-grid
because
solar
lots of people
system.
search for it. So as soon as you land on the page, it's, as Chris would like to say, it's aspirational. You're like, I want to live in a bus in the middle of the forest, and I need this and I need this. So that's their H1, that's their H2, and then you can learn more about them. This is their H1, this is their H2, and then you can start exploring. Yours, I can't see anything at the moment, right? So it
Yeah.
could be as simple as like cut that image off a bit,
Yeah.
probably put it in. I mean, that's a campsite, that makes sense, but you could probably do something
Yeah.
slightly different. From a brand messaging perspective, it just needs to come up higher,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because a lot of
Yep.
people get here and they don't scroll. They look and they go, what's this about? I'm out of here. So such a simple
Gotcha.
thing would
Yeah.
probably improve
Yeah.
your conversion rate 1 or 2% instantly. Now, next
Okay.
things, this is a conversion rate optimization issue. Typically, what you want to have is like 4 or 5 different trust icons sitting on your homepage right here, such as, it ships from Australia, you'll get it tomorrow, like 45-day return if you don't like it for some reason, lifetime guarantee, blah, blah, blah. So I'll draw on my screen and then I'll give you some actual examples. So let's pick a color that everyone likes. We'll go with
You'll
pink.
find I have got them on the homepage, but they're further down.
Yeah, so it's in the wrong spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we're gonna
Yeah.
move, here's your H1. Hang on, I'll make that a bit wider if I can figure out how to do that. It's my first time using Zoom. That'll do. Boom. So that's where your H1 goes, right? And this is just a coding change, really easy. Oh, why is it disappearing for? As my 2-year-old likes to say at the moment, he goes, what the heck? So, that's where your H1 goes. That's where your H2 goes. And then here, you've got all this real estate, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a box here and another one here and another one here and another one here. And it does stuff like this. So everyone can see my screen, or expert guidance, blah, 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 or convenient shopping, handpicked from our hearts to yours. Or down here, again, you can see, hey, Landon is a Sparky. So that's why he can give you good advice about, what you need to do. It's simplified, true blue Aussie support. So people go, and I'm just trying to figure out now, I just need to get rid of the keep drawing all over my screen.
That might be stuff like find things, find items faster, clear pockets make things visible. So it's their benefits as well. Not so much it's got 7 pockets in it. It's like the outcome, the benefit, the thing that the person gets from it.
Yeah, no more, no more not knowing where something is. You know what I mean? Oh, great, great idea. And the reason we want you to nail your brand message and how your website converts, because if you fix those 2 things on your website, just by improving, say you fix your brand messaging strategy by 50% and how your website converts by another 50%, you're going to make your conversion rate go up 2, 3, 4%. It's a no-brainer, right? So if you're doing 25 grand a month, I think, let's just say you are, and all you do is fix these 2 things, your revenue is now 50K a month, right? So as we go further down your page, you know, we get straight into the collection type. I probably wouldn't have done that. However, I do
Okay.
think this is good as well, the way you've done that. There's more brand messaging. And for a brand like yours, I think that's great. And your audience does want to know that it's Australian designed and it's Australian owned. And I love the fact that you've got this down here, down the bottom. It says like, you know, Therese and hubby, you know, patient hubby, Andrew, da da da. This is why we're doing this. We had this problem. We solved this problem. We invented the product. Here it is. And you look lovely. You look likable, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people like forget to do this stuff, you know, but like if you go here and you go, yeah, I want that, and I want that, and I want this, and this, and this, and I want all of this, and I keep scrolling, and I see Chris and Sarah, you go, geez, they look like nice people, and there's a nice story, and then the same with here, I go, oh, look, that's Narelle and Landon, look how happy they are, do you know what I mean? You come down here, and you're like, there's more story about them. People buy from people, right? Especially in the space that you're all in. Right?
Yeah.
I can't stress this enough. You're not like
Yeah.
Kmart or Target or Bunnings
No.
where you're just like, I'm going there to buy a new Ryobi lawnmower because it's a whatever. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? They don't need a brand messaging strategy because they're spending $100 million a bloody month on marketing, you know? So for you guys, it's about those little wins. So we'll keep going. So there's a lot that could be, I mean, from an overall website design perspective, I think you've nailed the brand messaging, but we'll get into a few conversion rate things now, and we'll just kind of go page by page, because then this is where big wins happen quickly, right? And it's the reason a lot of the time we go to clients, go, hey, if you're doing 25K a month, sure, you can go and add the few things that we recommend. However, most people are to go, let us build your website for you. Because if you're doing 25K a month and we build it properly using the way we build sites, and our sites have 200 to 300 different conversion elements that go into a website that you're never going to figure out. I've taken brands from like 30K a month to 500K a month, right? I'm taking brands from 30K a month to 100K a month. So people will come along and they go, geez, oh, you know, 6, 7, 8 grand for a website is bloody expensive. I said, you know what's more bloody expensive? Staying at 22 grand a month versus staying at 150K a month for the next 12 months, right? So we'll get into it. So what's your most popular product here on the site? Like, guide me through your navigation menu so I can have a look at it.
The toiletry bag and
Toiletry
the
bags. Okay.
that little green one there, and the it's hard to say. They go through stages. The underbed bag, the underbed storage bag, which is sitting.
This one?
The screen's going, hasn't caught up yet.
Okay. I'm going to assume it's this thing.
Okay,
Underbed
that's the
storage.
toiletry bag.
How many of these things have you sold?
I can't say off the top of my head.
Hundreds?
Yeah.
Okay. Why does it say there's only like 3 reviews? That's the first thing, right? So I'll just call you on that.
Getting
like,
getting reviews is just been a nightmare. We
Okay.
had the customers at caravan shows. I had I offer, they get a $30 gift card when they give proper review in. They say, yep, going to give reviews. They tell me how great they are when I run into people who've got them. Have you put a review up? Do a review. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just the way you incentivize
difficult.
people. Yeah, easy to fix. Short version, like you need reviews sitting right here. You know, you can super easy add reviews going, hey, like 100 plus 5-star reviews. Super easy to add that in. Things that are missing on here, you don't have like a short description of the product. So you're like, hey, it's actually this big and it'll hold this much stuff. And it has a lifetime warranty, and it has all the other things that people were thinking in their head. Because what we're going for here, as someone lands on this website, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to go, okay, like, cool, there's the product. And they also want to see the product in use would be important, because they don't, looking at that, I don't know how big that is. You know, like if Chris was holding that near a campsite or something, or doing something with it, I'd be like, yeah, Chris is like 5'10", 11, 6'7" for those that don't know. But you know, okay, so I can see how big it is. Number one, right? So
Kind of
happy
figured
people
out by the size of the Glad wrap or the wheat box. But
Yeah.
you kind of got to remember how big a wheat bix box is.
So, but you want people in the photos, right? So next thing, I can't see any information about shipping or anything. I have to scroll to see it. right? And I'm going to give you some examples in a minute to fix all of this. Social proof is obviously missing. Add the cart bar is the wrong color. These aren't things that people are thinking about when they're trying to buy that product. So these are what are called meta field benefits when people build a Shopify site like this. I can assure you though, from a brand messaging point of view, that's not what someone who goes camping thinks about, right? They're probably thinking like, how much stuff can I put into it? They're probably thinking, what type of stuff can I put into it? Right? They're probably thinking, jump in here, Chris, if you've got any other ideas, but there's like 6 or 7 different things that are not that. And the reason I say that is because what you're trying to do on this homepage is people land there, right? And they go under bed storage. You go, great, that's a tick, right? Give it a tick. And I go, price wise, that's fine, whatever. And I go, see, they add the cart button and I trust you here. You get a photo. But then people start getting crosses. So a cross is like an objection to buying from you. So for me, immediately, I'm like, I don't see, hang on, we'll change the color. And again, all these things are easy to fix, but I go, hey, like, there's no reviews. So do I really trust the product? No people are using it. Okay. There's no information about shipping. There's no information about returns. There's a whole bunch of other things missing, right? So this is what I talk about. I go, when we build a website, a product page has about 100 different things that should go on that product page to help it convert better. And again, the single reason that you do this, if this page converts at like 2%, right? As I said before, let's look at this beautiful drawing, and that gives you 25K a month. You get that to 6%, you're doing 75K a month. Game changer. And you're not spending more money on ads. You're not doing more other crap. Like your SEO is probably still doing the same thing. Your Google ads is probably still doing the same thing. But because you've gone from here to 6%, and again, I mean, that's a great result, right? Sometimes it could be more. You go, great, game changer for your business. And it's just about repositioning things, adding some stuff that's missing, putting some happy people in the photos. And that's one part of it, right? The other part of it, when you start going here, you go, hey, add to cart, and we're getting into some really strong conversion rate optimization stuff now. But this cart is also causing people to drop out from your ordering process, right? So this is called a cart draw, for those of you that don't know what a cart draw is. But, things like this here, tax and shipping information calculator there, it shouldn't do that. It should do it in the cart. You should know by now how much I'm paying for shipping and delivery, right? Easy. There's no upsells in here. So if I've purchased this, I could have a recommendation to buy another product. So your average order value is increased, right? And then whatever else people were thinking that they could add in here, there's still things missing, right? So the reason I talk about that again, and this is kind of what Chris spoke about at the start. So, and I'll draw again. All the things that you need to focus on are, let's see if anyone wants to have a guess what they might be. So there's this thing. Anyone know what CVR means? Conversion rate. So get your conversion rate from 2 to 6. Boom. Game changer. What's the next thing? I'm going to get fancy with all the abbreviations. What does this mean? Anyone know what that means other than my team?
Average order value.
Oh, nailed it. Prize for Doris. Cool. So if your average order value is $70, right? And we get it to say $140, right? Now, conversion rate's gone from 2% to 6%. You've tripled your revenue, right? Easy. Second thing, double your average order value from $70 to $140. Now you've doubled your revenue again, right? And you fix these things by fixing how your website converts, and you fix these things with your brand messaging, right? And then, as Chris spoke about with your digital strategy, we'll actually do that for you. We'll map one out for you. But then you start pouring fire on this thing, and you're pretty quickly, your 25K a month business is at 100K a month, and it's probably cost you 10 grand to fix it, right? But when you think about that over the course of a year, if I had I'll bring up a screen in a minute, but you go, great, 100 grand over 12 months, minus, do some math for me, Chris. Like, what's 25 times 12? Whatever it's called. What's called 100 and, what is it? He can't add. Come on. Someone can add up fast.
300.
And he's on. 300, right?
30K.
You know what I mean? So theoretically, like if you did achieve what I told you you could achieve here, you're gonna make that amount of money back like back in your first 3 months. Because if you've added 80K in revenue, you go 80 first month, next month, next month, next month, next month. You go, shit, this is really good. Do you know what I mean? Like again, like I spoke about brands we work with who've taken them from 30K to 250K, you go, you've got a great product. You need to fix your website and your brand messaging and your digital strategy, because how long do you want to not make 150 grand extra a month for? Right? And most people go, okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
Mm.
Right? So what we're going to do, hopefully my tablet works. It's on like 8%, so it might die. If it does, we'll just keep talking anyway. Let's do the fun bit. Is this making sense so far, everybody, as well? And I say all this stuff too to like excite you, like genuinely be excited. You know, if you've got a great product that people buy it, you know, you want to pour fire on that and just do more of it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get a chance to give the greatest analogy that I give about dating at the start of the call because Chris hijacked it. But I'm like, you know, at some point you ladies were single and you went out trying to find a partner or whatever. You went out and you spoke really good and you looked really good and you converted. Right? That's what a website does. But if you didn't speak good and you didn't look really good, you probably came home with a frog or, you know, something that's like less than ideal, right? And most people's websites are in the same spot. Like they're crow issues, brand issues, digital strategy issues, you know, and they're like, oh, that's why I'm doing 25K a month or 30K a month, you know. But you just fix it a little bit here, fix it a little bit here, fix it a little bit here. You're like, great, now I've got $1 million business. Make sense? So now let's do this.
Mm.
Jump in if you want, Chris, if you got any.
Yeah, so Kara makes a good point. I think it must have been in the cart in the mini cart that it says free shipping at the top of the page in your announcement bar, but then it says shipping calculated at checkout in the cart. So it's a bit of a which one is it? Imagine as a shopper, like free shopping, and then it says it's going to add shipping. It might be a bit, that'd be a reason I'd not check out for sure.
Where is my workshop one? Hang on a second. Keep chatting, Chris, whilst I find this. Oh, here we go. Cool. So what we're going to do now is, God, that thing kind of looks like a terrible caravan, doesn't it? Look at it. Beautiful. So cool. Let's clear this out. Delete. All right. So this is called the fast path plan, and it just disappeared. That was, hang on. I'll try again. Oh my God. I'm much better at talking than I am presenting with Zoom, I think. So we'll try again. Thanks for your patience. Here we go again. All right, cool. Don't click this time I won't click the red button. Good job by me. So things that you need to fix, Therese, and it's super easy to fix. You have to come along and do this. Now your brand, look, fix how, look, honestly, your brand message is good. Usually I would say you got to work on your brand messaging strategy, right? And that goes here. Takes about 4 weeks to fix. Anyone who's on the call and doesn't have a good brand messaging like Therese has, then you got to fix it, right? So this stuff's applicable to everybody. And I would actually go as far as saying 90% of people who watch this now and who watch this live have an issue with it. Therese is about like 50% where it could be. It could be better still, right? So we can do some work on
Thank
that,
you.
make it better. Next thing, absolutely, like a bunch of issues with the website, right? So come along, whether we just like fix what we've got here or we rebuild it from scratch. I'd say rebuild it from scratch because I think it'd be a game changer. Fix the website, get a website that converts 4, 5, 6%, massive game changer. What are you doing to drive traffic to the site at the moment, Therese? You're doing like Google ads, Meta ads. What's that look like?
Google ads, Meta ads, I do get emails, and social media.
Okay. What do you spend on Google ads a month?
Oh, about 600.
600 a month. Okay. And you're managing it yourself?
Yeah, because this business has cost me a lot of money. I just can't keep pouring money into it
Yeah, okay. All
until
right,
I know
cool.
something that's going to work.
Yeah, that's easy. Look, you can still fix Meta. You
My,
can still fix.
my husband's actually given. He said if this doesn't improve by the end of June, that's it.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's just it hasn't been good.
Okay.
So that's why we pulled up stumps so I can just sit and concentrate and find a way to turn this around.
All right, these are the things.
And Mm.
Well, these are the things you got to do to fix it. So,
Mm.
let's just park Google Ads for a moment because it's expensive. Chris Lido, can you move your screen, your thing off my screen? And Meta ads for you, I'm sure would work, right? So, and again, it's not expensive to make Meta ads work. Like, this is going to sound like a pitch because it is, but you join our e-commerce community, $97 a month. You go to the coaching call with the Meta ads coach. He'll help you build out a Meta ads campaign where you can spend $5-10 a day. I would guarantee it would result in sales. We target people in the caravan space that like to buy things on the internet. You do a video of someone using the product, happy, smiling, blah, 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 living a good life, right? Run it as an ad. Sell this thing. It probably cost you $15-20 to make a sale. You'd sell them, right? Guarantee it.
Well,
Right?
I've been doing Meta ads. Whether I'm doing them, I think I'm improving on them, but I do get sales from them, but just not near.
Okay.
Not
So
We
near
literally
great.
had, just to jump in, we literally had somebody on the Meta call this morning, run by the wonderful Lockie, who did Lockie's online course and jumped on the call today and said, I went through the course and I've made more sales this week than in all of last year.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
by going through the course. I mean, wasn't thousands of sales, but just by
Yeah.
going through
Yeah.
and changing and structuring the account the way that Lockie
Mm.
recommends, she'd made more sales
Mm.
in the last week than she had in the entirety of the previous year. So the stuff works, right? And this is the
100%.
principle-based stuff we're talking about.
And just for context, and please go tell hubby this, be like, hey, I met these really handsome young guys on the internet tonight. And you'll be like, what? And they go, they've got this thing. It's like $97 a month, hubby. Right. Paul and Chris made it because what they want to help people like us, like have affordable access to really good people. So it's like $97 a month. You go to his call once a week, he teaches you how to do it. Off the back of that, you go and watch his course, which is free. We give it to you for free, right? Our goal is to first teach you how to do it, right? Second, when you're ready in a couple months, you just pay him to do it. By that point, you go, hey, we're doing 10 grand a month now. Hey guys, can you run it for me? Right? So I say this with like a lot of conviction that all of these problems are solvable. I tell hubby to just hang on a little bit longer. Like, because
Okay.
I know what you're going to say at the end of the call. Everyone else does the same thing at the end of the call. Wish I had met you guys earlier. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, I wish I had met you earlier. I could have helped you earlier, but we're here right now, right? So make sure you send him this video. So again, obviously, I'm not here to scam you. It's like $97.
I'm
Buy
going
it.
to
Come in.
I'm going to jump in here as well, Paul, and I believe Therese posted on your post, and she probably is one of the winners tonight. So she may even get that access for free for a
Done.
couple of
So
months.
you get him for free. There you go. Even better. Happy days. Come along, $97, whatever, for free. But honestly, these are the things you have to fix. Right? I won't go any deeper than this because I don't want to overwhelm you. And I mean, feel free to have cry if you need to, but I don't want to make it any worse. So, but for everybody else on the call as well, usually it's these three things that need fixing. Right. But everyone comes along and they're like, oh, I work with a bloody SEO agency and they told me to do this, and a Facebook and a Klaviyo agency, and I paid them $2,000 and I joined this other shitty coaching community and all they did was give me a trophy for the best whatever. And then I did this other thing and you're like, yeah, right, okay. And I'm still bloody confused. Whereas we go, fix this, fix that, fix Google Ads, and then we'll fix out the next things, right? And away you go, like game changer, right? So, and I think you got a great product, this thing could sell. Worst case, you sell this business, someone would buy it anyway. I could sell this thing in a heartbeat, right? Because people would go, that's a cool business model. I just get that they want to do something different, right? Is this making sense so far for everybody? You want to add anything to that, Chris, around any of this before we?
No, I think that makes sense. And I said I'll just Therese will get to it 2 months free in the Connect program.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
well worth it, Therese. Honestly, it really is.
And Karen will read your
Yeah.
tea leaves for you as well if you jump on the call when she's on there.
Yeah, never
Oh.
again I get caught.
We'll do that at the end of the call just to make it spicy. Get ready, Karen. We'll just...
Now?
Well, at the end. No, we'll see how we go. All right. Do we want to do another one, Chris? Oh, how are we going for time? I mean, we've kind of done pretty well so far. We got 20
if
minutes
you can
left.
do a quick one, I got to bounce by about 15:15. Got about 10, 15 minutes left for me. You guys can go all night if you like.
No, we're not going on that. I'm gonna look at Fiona's or someone else's. Give me a second.
We had one more up there. Was
I've seen Material Magic before, though. I think.
I've had a look
Yeah,
at Fiona's.
I've seen that before. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Doris, have you got
What
your
kind of
site
folder?
in
What's yours, Doris?
there?
Eco.
Pathcrayons.com.au. We can look at yours in a live. We can look at yours inside the community, Lauren. But that's awesome that it's registered.
I was more just showing off that I got the website.
Oh, nice. Okay, got it. All right. You know what? Let's just get on to the next. We'll go, Chris. We'll just move on to the next bit. This is maybe pretty good. Back to you with your beautiful slides. We'll give away
Okay.
some prizes whilst you're here. Otherwise, I don't know who I'm giving the prizes to.
Well, pretty much everyone that commented gets a prize because I think everyone, the people that were on there, I'll message you all individually tomorrow.
Okay, awesome.
But if you commented and you're on the call, you're going to get 2 months in the circle in the Connect program for free.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go here. All right, so just seeing the wonderful fast path plan, and pretty much every time we do this, it's fix your brand strategy, fix your conversion rate, improve your ads, but do those, fix your website and improve your messaging before you start burning more money on ads. Whereas a lot of people just say, just run more ads, do Meta, do Google, which is great advice. But if it's going to a broken website and broken comms, it's not going to convert.
Yeah,
And
can I say one thing? So I know a lot of little brands watch this as well, right? And they're like, yeah, I'm a little brand, blah, blah, blah. And you guys really get it. But I know some bigger brands watch this too, and they're like, oh, maybe that workshop's not for me. I'll say firsthand that most bigger brands also have a big problem with this stuff, right? And they think that just because, oh, look at me, I'm doing 200 grand a month, I think I'm Jesus, right? Or I think whatever. I'm like, again, the same thing applies to them. And I work with big brands, like big monster brands that are doing millions of dollars a month, right? So, you know, like everyone leave their ego at the door that watches this later and be like, oh, that's for the little brands. It's not. Like, it's also for the big brands. Big brands fix their brand message, fix their crow, fix their digital strategies, improve Google, Meta, SEO content, everything a little bit, right? And this is what we do inside the circle. You know, you take a big brand from $1 million a month to $1.5 million a month with like little improvements across the board, right? So I just want to put that out there that as much as this workshop is to help people go from 40K, 50K a month, $500,000 a month, the same stuff we also teach, you know, applies to big brands as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that same plan gets these types of results. And some of the people here, Sam, Jordan, like they're in that level. They're not tiny businesses. Will came in and tripled his business in about 90 days by doing basic stuff, right? Sam's grown his business exponentially in the last 12 months, with his Jordan's grown his business massively, right? So that's what we talk about. These are principles, and these principles work. And these three things are broken in some regards on every single person that we meet. So hopefully this has been helpful so far. And hopefully for those of you attending, for those of you watching later, you can see from this process potentially where some of the gaps are in your business. As you say, these are the same gaps we see in most businesses. So I can guarantee you that one of these things is going to be fixable within your business. You can see how this can help you make more orders, and you can see how we break this down so that you're not trying to do 4,000 things all the time over the next year. You're just doing 2 or 3 things. Fix the brand communication, fix your conversion rate, then start to improve your marketing incremental step by step, and then join the Connect program so that we can help you. So at this point, you've got 2 choices. You can go with Unhappy Paul, or you can go with Happy Paul, and everybody likes Happy Paul, right? So Unhappy Paul would tell you to just go it alone, figure it out. Keep trying to Google it, chat GPT it, jump on YouTube, get more info beasts, right? Get more opinions from more people, and just keep having a crack and trying to figure it out. Problem with that is that's probably what's gotten you to where you are now. And if you're here on this call trying to figure it out still, it's probably that hasn't worked for you. So option 2 is Happy Paul. Choose a proven path. Work with people like us who've done this, who do this every single day, who've gotten the result that you want, that can show you step by step, piece by piece, this next best step for you in your business, and get the types of results using the same plan that all these wonderful people that we get to work with get every day in their business. The fastest way and for you to get started on this is our Connect program. As Paul mentioned earlier, this is our $97 a month, which a few of you will get free access to for the next 2 months. This is a private Slack community with about 200 plus founders. There's 20 expert coaches in there that you have access to when you join. We have topical channels from Google to jobs to packaging to sourcing to everything to operations, everything you could possibly need for your business. We also run daily live calls. We run about 10 calls a week. There's almost 2 calls every single day pretty much at the moment, covering conversion optimization, meta, brand, email, Google, strategy, everything you need. So attend the calls, ask your questions in Slack. These are the places to help you start to get the right answers to your questions. You also get access to our essential training vault. You get Paul's wonderful conversion rate blueprint course, which gives you about 400 things to change on your website to make it convert better. You get to go through my brand communication playbook course, which shows you all of how to improve your brand, how to improve your messaging, target the right people, say the right things at the right time to the right person. And you also get Lockie's foundational meta ads course, which shows you how to structure out your ad campaigns, set up your creatives in the right way to leverage the meta algorithm in a better way. And when you do all of that, you get the proven results that you've seen from the people inside the community, some of which are on the call here tonight. You get to learn from subject matter experts. As I said, these are people in the trenches doing this stuff every day. Not just Paul and myself, Lockie and Soph, who run meta ads every day. Andy, world famous Andy Selman, our finance coach, and Michael, our finance coach. These are guys that work with 7-8 figure businesses. We have Google ads coaches, marketing coaches, ad creative coaches, SEO, email, branding, web, right? Every part of your business, we have somebody that's working on this stuff today that can help you figure this stuff out. Connect is for everybody on this call, right? People but we like to work with people that are coachable. If we tell you to do something, you do it and implement it and come back and go, hey, I tried that and it was great, or I tried that and it didn't work. Can you help me with the next step? We want people that sell quality products. We want people that are family friendly. If you got kids and dogs and chaos on the call, that's completely fine because we'll have the same thing. We like people that show up, contribute, ask questions, get involved, and we like to work with people who want to grow but just need that right support to help them. As you mentioned, this is $97 a month. It is peanuts. I don't know how many coffees a day that is, but it's not many coffees a day. A few of you on the call will get access to for free, but everybody else watching, this is the best $97 you can spend in your business. If you can't spend $97 on your business to get the right advice, to hang out with people on the same path as you, get access to the training, get access to 20 expert coaches, and start to see these results, you need to find the $97. And for anyone that joins the Connect program on the back of this call, you will receive a complimentary fast path plan session with our team where we will help you go through and map out the fast path plan that you've seen Paul map out for Therese here tonight. So you'll get the opportunity to get those next best steps for your business one-to-one with one of our team members. For anyone that joins on the back of this call, Chris Villado, Paul, you can drop the link to the program if you haven't already in the chat so people can go click that button, go get connected, literally, and we'll hopefully see you on the inside. Best $97 you'll ever spend in your business, and there's a few people on this call that could probably attest to that.
Do have a few. We've got Ivan's in there, Karen's in there, a couple others. There's probably like 20 other people watching the live stream in there. Yo, what's this, Karen? 60? I've been telling everyone you're 21, Karen. What's going on there? Confused me, mate. All right, crew. Thank you so much for spending the time with us tonight. We do have, as Chris said, we're going to give away a few prizes for that. He's got to run and do some stuff, but he and I will
I'll message everyone on that comment.
Yeah, tomorrow. So we'll go live with something in the group tomorrow, and we'll do that. But if you've got some value out of this, what will happen is we'll also share this on YouTube tomorrow, right? So please, I don't know when Chris does that. It'll be lunchtime, Chris, or something. Yeah. Please feel free to go watch it, go like it, go put some comments on it, grab it, share it with your friends and family and other ecom people. You know, say, hey, these guys did what they do. They help people, blah, blah, blah. Would appreciate that immensely. But yes, really looking forward to seeing all of you in the community. And again, yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see you on the next one.
Yes, Fiona, reach out to our team.
Thanks,
Fiona, yeah,
guys.
no
So, yeah.
stress. Thank
Okay.
you. See
I'll get
ya.
in
Thanks,
touch.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.